Hi, I'm Russ Van Natta with Creative Works, and in partnership with the AAMA, we are excited to contribute some ongoing education when it comes to things VR. Now, with certain types of virtual reality, you are going to need to staff that attraction, and we're going to cover in this video why it's important and what you gain out of the experience and revenue from doing so. So when we look at the revenue implications and the benefits of staffing these attractions, the first thing that comes to mind is how many of us have walked by an attraction that says, "See us at the front counter to play," and we just keep moving by. Well, it's human nature if we have a person that's there with a smile that's asking questions and engaging us and then doing a little carnival barking and promotions, it goes a long way, and we see ultimately that this drives more plays and more revenue to ultimately offset the cost of that labor in the first place. The next thing we need to consider are the hygiene implications of staffing our attraction. By having someone there that's wiping down the headsets in between each session, you're telling your guests that we care about your experience and they feel comfortable stepping into this and putting on something that other people have worn. So really it's a couple of things that come into play, whether it's just good showmanship and making the guests feel comfortable and providing a clean experience for your guests. Even if you have unattended or arcade-friendly VR in your attraction spaces, you really need to have flex staff members walking through and periodically wiping down these headsets, because the guests may not choose to wipe them down before or after their play, but if they see your staff putting that effort, putting that time into it, they're going to see the love and be more enticed to play. So when we look at things like maintenance of your attraction, staffing this allows you to do a couple of things. The inherent nature of virtual reality is more tech-driven, and there are more things that you need to keep an eye on in order to ensure that the process is running the way that it should. So if there's a quick reset that needs to be done on a controller or a headset, your staff member is there to be able to keep that a small issue and not compromise what the guest's experience is, or even require a refund if the downtime happens. Lastly, it also gives you a really great opportunity to intervene when guests maybe get a little carried away, have a little bit too much fun, and start to be a little rowdy with your investment. So we have to talk about the guest experience and how that is so greatly improved by having a staff member at these attractions. VR is still new and people are finding their way with it. They may have done some in-home elements that are different than what you're offering in your venue, and they need to be coached up on how to use the equipment and how to have a great time, or even if they're struggling in the game, having that coach or that caddy give them insights and better ways to score more points. They're going to have more fun on their first try and be more inclined to play again and again. At the end of the day, we know that adding labor to attractions can sometimes feel like a pain because we either don't have the staff or we feel like it's going to be a budgetary constraint. But what we've seen time and time again with the top operators within the VR space is that by having a staff member there, you're creating a better guest experience, you're protecting your investment and keeping its uptime longer and better, and that's going to drive so much more revenue for you to win out in the long run.